Did you know that nearly 99% of deaths after the age of 75 are caused by just a handful of health issues? Most people assume that once we reach a certain age, it's only natural for our bodies to decline, and that there's not much we can do about it. But the truth is, many of the most common health problems that lead to serious decline, or even death, are actually preventable. The challenge is that by the time we notice the signs, our health may already be heading in the wrong direction. But here's the good news. Awareness gives you power. When you understand the risks ahead, you can take simple, smart steps today to improve your odds of staying healthy, independent, and active. Well into your 80s, 90s, and beyond. This isn't about living forever. It's about living better. Imagine being able to enjoy your morning walk, lift your grandchild, travel without worry, or keep doing what you love without being sidelined by preventable health issues. These aren't pipe dreams. Thousands of older Americans are making small lifestyle adjustments that help them stay out of the hospital, reduce their medications, and maintain the freedom they've worked so hard for. In this video, we'll walk through the 5 leading causes of death after 75, and more importantly, show you exactly how to protect yourself against them. Whether you're 65, 75, or older, it's never too late to take control of your health. So grab a cup of coffee, get comfortable, and let's talk about how you can stay strong, sharp, and independent, no matter your age. 1. Heart disease. The silent threat. You can outsmart a heart disease remains the #1 cause of death among people over 75. But here's something many folks don't realize. It doesn't have to be. Your heart is a muscle, and like any muscle, it can stay strong and healthy with the right care. Yet for too many Americans, years of small, unnoticed habits, like sitting too much, eating processed foods, or skipping doctor's visits, start adding up. And because the symptoms often creep in slowly, they're easy to dismiss. Feeling tired after light activity? Getting winded going up the stairs? Many people chalk it up to just getting older. But these can be early signs that your heart isn't working as efficiently as it used to. One of the most dangerous aspects of heart disease is how quietly it develops. Take high blood pressure, for example. It's known as the silent killer for a reason. You can have dangerously high numbers and feel perfectly fine. But that pressure puts a constant strain on your arteries, forcing your heart to work harder every day. Over time, this can lead to heart attacks, strokes, or even heart failure. And it's not just about what you avoid, it's also about what you add. Eating heart-healthy foods like leafy greens, whole grains, fatty fish, like salmon, berries, and nuts gives your heart the fuel it needs. The American Heart Association recommends cutting back on sodium to less than 1,500 milligrams a day for older adults and watching your intake of saturated fats and added sugars. Movement matters too. And no, you don't need to run marathons. Even a daily 20-minute walk, light stretching, or using resistance bands can strengthen your heart and improve circulation. Activities like gardening, swimming, or dancing are not only great for your body, they're fun ways to stay engaged and energized. Don't overlook stress either. Chronic stress raises your heart rate and blood pressure, sometimes without you even realizing it. Whether it's deep breathing, prayer, meditation, or just taking a few moments to unwind with a pet or a friend, managing stress is just as important as eating right. Here's the bottom line. Heart disease isn't an inevitable part of aging. Genetics may play a role, sure, but your daily choices matter more than you think. By taking simple steps today, eating well, staying active, checking your blood pressure regularly, and reducing stress, you can dramatically lower your risk. You've worked hard to get to this stage in life. Your heart deserves to keep working just as hard for you. 2. Falls and injuries. A sudden slip can change everything. When people think about serious health risks after 75, they often imagine diseases like cancer or heart failure. But one of the most dangerous threats to older adults isn't a disease, it's a fall. Falls are the leading cause of injury-related deaths among Americans aged 65 and older. Every year, over 3 million seniors are treated in emergency rooms for fall injuries, and about 1 out of 5 of those falls results in a serious issue like a broken bone or a head injury. And for many, a single fall marks the beginning of a long, difficult recovery or permanent loss of independence. What makes falls so tricky is how suddenly they happen. One misstep on a loose rug, one moment of dizziness getting out of bed, one slick patch on the kitchen floor, and life can change in an instant. Hip fractures are especially common and dangerous. After a hip break, many older adults spend months recovering in bed, which can lead to muscle loss, infections, and a steep decline in overall health. Some never return to the independence they once had. But here's the good news. Falls are not a normal part of aging, and they are highly preventable. One of the first steps is building strength and balance. As we age, muscle mass naturally decreases, especially in the legs and core. Simple exercises like standing leg lifts, chair squats, or balance poses, like holding onto the back of a sturdy chair and lifting one foot, can significantly reduce your fall risk. Even 15 minutes a day can make a big difference. Take a close look at your home too. Small changes can have a big impact. Remove throw rugs or secure them with non-slip backing. Install grab bars in the bathroom and railings on both sides of stairways. Add nightlights in hallways and bathrooms to improve visibility at night. Keep frequently used items within easy reach to avoid using step stools. Also, talk with your doctor about your medications. Some prescriptions can cause dizziness, drowsiness, or changes in blood pressure that increase your fall risk. If you've ever felt lightheaded when standing up, that could be a sign your meds need to be adjusted. One surprising risk factor? Fear of falling. Many older adults, after a stumble or even hearing about a friend's fall, become overly cautious. They stop walking, avoid social outings, and move less. Unfortunately, this leads to weaker muscles and poorer balance, making falls more likely, not less. Remember, staying active keeps your body strong and your confidence high. By taking steps to fall-proof your environment and stay physically engaged, you can maintain your freedom, stay safer, and continue enjoying the life you've built. 3. Respiratory diseases. Don't take your breathing for granted. Breathing is something we rarely think about until it becomes difficult. For many older adults, even a small cough or shortness of breath can be the start of something much more serious. Respiratory diseases such as chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, COPD, emphysema, chronic bronchitis, and pneumonia are among the top causes of hospitalization and death for people over the age of 75. The challenge is that the symptoms often begin subtly and are easy to dismiss as just a part of getting older. If you often feel winded after walking short distances, have a persistent cough, or struggle with chest congestion, it's worth paying attention. These signs might mean your lungs are working harder than they should, and they may be signaling an underlying issue. One of the most dangerous respiratory conditions in older adults is pneumonia. For someone in their 30s or 40s, pneumonia might be unpleasant but manageable. But for someone over 75, it can turn life-threatening quickly. That's because the immune system weakens with age, making it harder to fight off infections. Pneumonia can set in after a cold or flu, and without proper treatment, it can lead to hospitalization or long-term decline. Air quality plays a huge role too. Years of exposure to secondhand smoke, pollution, mold, dust, and pet dander can take a toll on lung health, especially in homes with poor ventilation. Even something as simple as cooking fumes can irritate your lungs if your kitchen doesn't have good airflow. So what can you do to protect your lungs? Start by staying active. When you move, whether it's walking, gardening, or light stretching, your lungs expand fully, clearing out mucus and keeping oxygen flowing. Even 15 to 30 minutes of movement a day can make a difference. Vaccinations matter too. Older adults should talk to their doctor about getting the flu shot, the pneumococcal vaccine to prevent pneumonia, and COVID-19 boosters if eligible. These vaccines can dramatically lower your chances of serious respiratory complications. Also consider investing in a high-quality HEPA air purifier for your home, especially if you live in an area with seasonal wildfires or poor outdoor air quality. Keeping indoor humidity between 30 to 50% can also help prevent mold growth and make breathing easier. And don't forget the power of regular checkups. A simple spirometry test, which measures how well your lungs are working, can help detect early signs of COPD or other issues. Breathing may be automatic, but keeping your lungs healthy takes intention. By staying active, avoiding irritants, improving indoor air quality, and getting the right vaccines, you can breathe easier and live longer with more freedom and less worry. Fourth stroke, a sudden event that doesn't have to catch you off guard. A stroke can strike without warning, and in just a matter of minutes, it can change a person's life forever. It's one of the leading causes of death and long-term disability in older adults. But here's something many people don't realize. Up to 80% of strokes are preventable. That's right. Most strokes don't happen because of bad luck. They happen because of risk factors that were building up over time, many of which can be managed with a few smart lifestyle changes. A stroke occurs when blood flow to the brain is interrupted, either by a blocked artery, ischemic stroke, or a burst blood vessel, hemorrhagic stroke. When the brain doesn't get the oxygen and nutrients it needs, brain cells start to die quickly. The longer the delay in treatment, the more severe the damage can be. The most common underlying cause? High blood pressure. It silently damages blood vessels, making them more prone to rupture or blockage. Because high blood pressure rarely causes symptoms, many people walk around unaware they're at risk until it's too late. Another major contributor is atrial fibrillation, or AFib, an irregular heartbeat that can cause blood clots to form. If a clot travels to the brain, it can trigger a stroke in seconds. AFib is more common in older adults, and many don't feel any symptoms. But a simple checkup with your doctor can detect it early. So what can you do? First, know the signs of a stroke and act fast. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. Even if symptoms last only a few minutes and disappear, you may have experienced a mini stroke, also called a TIA, or transient ischemic attack. This is your body's warning signal that a larger stroke could be on the way. Don't brush it off. Seek medical help immediately. Preventing stroke starts with the basics. Check your blood pressure regularly. Aim for numbers below 120/80 millimeters of mercury, unless your doctor advises otherwise. Eat a heart-healthy diet. Limit sodium to under 1,500 milligrams per day. Reduce processed foods, and eat more fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean proteins. Move your body daily. Even light activity like walking or water aerobics can improve circulation. Stay hydrated. Thicker blood increases stroke risk. Aim for 6 to 8 cups of water per day, unless on fluid restrictions. Talk to your doctor about cholesterol, diabetes, and any irregular heartbeat you might feel. Even if it's brief, a stroke can change your life, but many strokes don't have to happen. By staying informed and proactive, you're not just protecting your brain, you're preserving your independence, your memory, and your quality of life. 5. Cognitive decline. Protecting the mind that keeps you independent memory slips. Forgetting names. Misplacing your keys. For many older adults, these moments feel like just another part of getting older. But when they become more frequent or start interfering with everyday life, they may be signs of something deeper. Cognitive decline. Conditions like mild cognitive impairment, Alzheimer's disease, and other forms of dementia don't happen overnight. They develop slowly, often starting with small lapses that are easy to overlook, until they begin to affect your independence, decision-making, and even your safety. The good news is that while aging naturally affects the brain, serious cognitive decline is not inevitable. In fact, there are proven ways to keep your mind sharper, longer. One of the most powerful tools? Staying mentally active. Just like your muscles, your brain needs regular exercise. Reading the newspaper, doing crossword puzzles, playing card games, or learning a new skill. Even something fun like painting or trying a new recipe can keep those mental connections strong. But mental activity alone isn't enough. Physical exercise plays a major role in brain health too. Regular movement boosts blood flow to the brain, helping deliver oxygen and nutrients it needs to function. Something as simple as a brisk 20-minute walk 5 days a week has been linked to better memory and slower mental decline. Nutrition matters as well. A brain-healthy diet is rich in omega-3 fatty acids found in salmon walnuts, flaxseed, leafy greens like spinach, and kale berries especially, blueberries and strawberries, whole grains, and lean proteins. Cutting back on processed foods, refined sugars, and excess saturated fat helps reduce inflammation in the brain and may lower your risk of dementia. Another key factor is social connection. Loneliness and isolation have been shown to increase the risk of cognitive decline. Staying in touch with friends, joining a club, volunteering, or even chatting regularly with neighbors can help keep your brain engaged and emotionally healthy. Sleep also plays a vital role. Your brain uses sleep time to clean house, consolidating memories, and flushing out waste products. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of quality sleep each night, and talk to your doctor if you have trouble falling or staying asleep. Finally, keep an eye on early warning signs. Repeating the same stories, struggling to follow conversations, difficulty managing bills or appointments, getting lost in familiar places. If you notice these changes, or if your loved ones express concern, don't ignore them. Getting a cognitive screening early allows you to explore treatment options, make lifestyle adjustments, and plan ahead. Cognitive health is about more than just memory. It's the foundation of your independence, relationships, and quality of life. By staying curious, connected, and active in both body and mind, you're giving yourself the best chance to stay sharp and self-sufficient in the years ahead. So let's take a moment to reflect. We've covered 5 of the most common causes of death after age 75: heart disease, falls, respiratory illness, stroke, and cognitive decline. These may sound serious, and they are, but here's the most important takeaway. They are not guaranteed. You have far more control than you might think. Every small step you take, whether it's choosing a healthier meal, going for a walk, checking your blood pressure, calling a friend, or doing a crossword puzzle, adds up. These choices don't just improve your numbers at the doctor's office. They help you stay strong, alert, independent, and engaged with life. Too many people assume that getting older means giving up control. But the truth is, this stage of life can be one of your most powerful if you invest in yourself. And don't worry, you don't have to change everything at once. Choose one area to focus on this week. Maybe it's taking a 10-minute walk every morning. Maybe it's scheduling that checkup you've been putting off. Or maybe it's sharing a laugh with a friend over coffee. Whatever it is, start today. Because every day you choose to protect your health is a day you choose to protect your freedom, your dignity, and your time with the people you love. Thank you for being here and for taking your health seriously. Your best years can still be ahead of you.